Hello and welcome to Baldy Tim's Reviews. Today I've got a shelf to fix, and so I'm going to be reviewing fix-it blocks. So how do you use them? What are they all about, and how do you fix a shelf with them? I'll keep on watching and I'll show you how and tell you what I think of these things as well as we go. So keep on watching. So we're going to fix the shelf with this. Hopefully this is all we need. 4 fix-it blocks stood up there in a row, 4 25mm screws, wood screws, and 1 drill, or drill driver should I say. So let's get into where the shelf is and see how we can fix it. So there we have the shelf in question, sadly lying on our kitchen floor at the moment. This looks like the guilty party here. These are your sort of typical kitchen shelf clips that you get in typically get in a sort of a British fitted kitchen. And any shelves that you've got in any of your cupboards are normally held in place with these sort of relatively flimsy clips. They kind of tend to go into the holes, which I'll show you in a minute, in the cupboard, and then the shelf itself just sits on there. And I say they're flimsy, they've actually sort of stood the test of time for 17 years, so I suppose I can't grumble too much. And this is the cupboard where shelf has come from. Hopefully you can see the holes there that I was talking about. And I think by the looks of it, it is probably, well, if you look at these ones, the shelf sits about the second hole up. So that's where we'll put our fix-it blocks. Got them here ready to go. So I'm going to put 2 down this end, which is where the 2 old clips were, and 2 down that end. And again, second holes up on each side is where we'll mount the fix-it blocks there. So a couple of fix-it blocks each end with the 25mm screws. So let's get those into place. So when you get these fix-it blocks, you'll see that there's, on one side there's 2 holes, and on another side there's 1 hole. And then don't know if you can quite see it, but sort of 2 of the sides are a bit more rounded off, and that side there and that side there is more flattened off. So they're the bits that want to go against the end and under the shelf, and the more curved 2 sides are the ones that are going to be kind of visible or exposed after the job. So what we'll do is we will put a screw into there, and then we will sort of put that into position. So what we're going to do is we're going to go not straight into the hole like that, but we're going to have to go either side, trying to get it as level to the hole as possible. It doesn't really need to well, we don't really need to mark it up or measure, just as long as we're sort of pretty much level with the existing holes where the shelf was mounted before, we should be okay. So let's see if I can do this. This might be a bit awkward because I've got to kind of come in and go around the corner a bit here. So let's just squeeze myself in here. Luckily help if I don't drop the thing. Luckily my sort of drill driver here has got a light on it. So what we'll do is we're going to line the screw up with the hole, and in we go with it. Make sure we get the flat side up. Right, that's the first one in place. Second one now. So we'll line it up somewhere about there, level with the existing hole. And we'll get it in there. there we go. Right. So there's our fix-it blocks in place that end. Doesn't matter if they're not too straight, because the shelf when it's in place will flatten them and get them lined up. So we've just got to do the same thing down this end, which I'm hoping will be a little bit easier, because this isn't the awkward end. I'm going to kind of bend myself around a corner for this end. I'd say not as awkward, but I have to work kind of left-handed with this one, so it might be a bit still awkward. So, right, so that one's in place as well. Again, that will sort of flatten down once we've got the weight of the shelf on there. Final one to put into place, which has to go just about there. So not the first one, the second one up. So in level with that hole again. Right, so there we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 nice shelf supports. So all we need to do is get that shelf in there, jiggle it into place and pop it into place, and then hopefully we'll be all set. This is all the stuff that was actually on the shelf, all these pots and pans. These ones are sort of very, very heavy, so no wonder it ended up giving way really. Probably sort of did well to get 17 years of use out of those old clips. Okay, so we've just got to get that shelf in. It's a bit awkward. It's not a straightforward cupboard. It's kind of one that goes in and then round the corner a bit. So nice big shelves, but they're just awkward to access. And definitely awkward to do jobs like this. So what we'll do is we'll start off by sliding that in, and I reckon it wants to go something like that. So we need to come up over the rear. Yeah, that's gone into place a bit more easily than I thought. So that end of that far or back right corner of the shelf will rest on that one. That's the back left corner, and then as I drop that down onto the front ones, just drops down into place, and that is it really. So you can see how simply and easily I've repaired that with the fix-it blocks. Just to that end, 2 down that end, which you probably can't see, but they're just the same as this end. And that's all you need to do. And you've got just as much support there as the old ones. You could actually fix a couple of screws into the bottom as well, because it will lift up like that. But for ease of cleaning and dismantling, I'm not going to bother, because the weight of all those pots and pans will make sure it doesn't go anywhere anyway. So and it's all nice and firm, and I'm pushing down with, I don't know, probably about 1/4 of my body weight on there now. So that's definitely not going to go anywhere. So we've got one reinstated shelf, and that has taken me, I looked at that clock there when I started and it was about 25 past 2, or 14:25, something like that, 14:24. It's 14:38 now, so what's that been, 14 minutes, pretty well start to finish. You can probably see that these particular ones have come from Wix, but you can get them from any DIY place, Screwfix, B&Q, all those kind of places do these things. And I'll tell you what, they are just such useful little things to do repairs like that. Shelves,
And I've even sort of renovated entire wardrobes with these things, you know, sort of flat pack wardrobes which are falling apart. A lot of these flat pack furniture items tend to come with sort of rather flimsy fixings. So if you find that they're falling apart, you can, a few of these strategically placed here and there in the corners, etc. of the wardrobe, and give them a real new lease of life. And I've done it quite a lot of times with work. So yeah, these fix-it blocks are really, really useful. Highly recommend them. They come in brown as well as white, so if you've got the inside of your sort of cupboards are more of a browny colour and you don't want these sort of on show too much, you've got that option as well. So yeah, if you're in a fix and you need to repair where the repair involves getting wood onto wood, fix-it blocks, highly recommended. So that's been another Baldy Tim's Reviews. Thanks for watching.